Hey guys, the parts have finally been printed after a number of redesigns and waiting around to get access to a 3D printer. I finally just bit the bullet and paid to have them printed. So here they are. I can honestly say I could not be happier with how they came out. So let me give you a quick tour of the new parts. This is the dome. Quick note, this area has been omitted to save on printing cost. Actually cut the cost by more than half by removing all that. The final part will still have the hole in the center, but all this area will be filled in. So there's that. This is the area where the lights go, and I'll go into that more in a second. This is the coil or the screw part. I don't know if this little edge is showing up on camera. I'm gonna smooth that before I cast it, but other than that, it's absolutely perfect. The tip or the cone, obviously, again, removed material to save on printing cost. The final part will be solid. Well, not quite solid, but I'll go into that in a second as well. This is the cap. Now, I did take a bit of artistic license with this. Technically, the original drawing, these areas aren't even raised. It's just drawn like a solid dome and then colored to have these areas raised. Obviously, that's how it's supposed to be. A little more artistic license I took, though, was the top of the dome has a bulged area, and that area is actually a separate color. I changed that a little bit to be more of a cap. In the original, there's no seam line. It's not supposed to look like it's a separate part, but it is a different color, and so I felt having it as a separate part and giving it a seam line would make it easier for painting. And I wanted a way to access the electronics inside, and this seemed like the best way to do it. I hope the purists aren't too upset by that, but I felt it was the best way to go. The cap will be held on with neodymium magnets. So the final kit, as you can see, has these notches in there, and that's where you'll put these included magnets. They fit right into the notch, and then that'll be held on pretty well for handling and playing with it, but you can always just get your fingernail under there and lift it up for access to the inside. So yeah, another part of the physical kit is the lens. There's 3 lenses that fit into these cavities for the 3 lights. I can't imagine this is going to show up on camera, but the outside surface of the lens is curved, and that matches the curve of the dome. The inner surface is flat. The bottom of each one of these cavities is also flat. It doesn't follow the curve of the dome. So when you go to put the lens in, it rests right in there, and it's smooth with the curve. The final part will actually have a hole in the center of each cavity for the LED light, and yeah, these will be cast out of clear resin. The outside, the curved surface of the lens will be smooth. The inner surface will need to be roughed, so just a bit of sandpaper. That way, when the light shines through it, it fills the whole lens rather than just a hot spot through the center. So I think that'll look really cool. Also, with the physical kit, you'll get a length of copper pipe cut to size. Let me show you what that's going to look like, basically. So first the dome, then the coil, and then the cone at the tip. I can't tell you how happy I am with the way this looks. I hope you agree. I was a little worried that it was going to be too small, the whole model, even though I'd done a number of paper mock-ups to convince myself otherwise. I had this phobia that when I finally got the parts, they would be smaller than I imagined, but completely the opposite. I feel this is the perfect size. I'm really happy with the way this came out. So yeah, the final physical kit: pipe, the 4 cast parts, 3 lenses. I know I only have 1 here, but the other 2 are super small, so they won't even show up on camera, and 4 neodymium magnets. Electronics. For the most part, you guys have seen this, but I figured I'd show it off anyways. This is the original prototype for them. I have a short in one of the wires right now. There we go. So as long as I hold it still, it works fine. That will not be a problem later. We actually went through not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different speakers before we finally found one that gave us the sound or the volume we wanted at the voltage we were using. So that's that. Another thing I haven't shown you guys before is this switch. This is how you'll turn the lights on and off. That's going to mount at the end of the pipe, and then the cone will actually be double drilled. There'll be an outer hole which will fit flushly around the pipe, and then an inner hole which will fit flushly around the tip of the switch, and that's where it'll glue. That way, when all is said and done, you'll be able to click the tip of it up and down to turn the lights on and off. So you'll click once to turn them on. When you're done with it, click it again, you turn them off. You don't need to open it, no external switches. And again, it'll fit flushly around the pipe, so it shouldn't even look like it's a separate piece. So yeah, the electronics kit. So what I'm going to put this up in the junkyard. I realized in my delay someone has actually already beat me to the punch of the Iron Giant screw, but what are you going to do? This kind of thing happens. Yeah, so there'll be a physical kit. So if you don't want the electronics, it'll just be the pipe, the 4 cast parts, the 3 lenses, and 4 neodymium magnets. And then the electronics kit, which will be the speaker, 3 LED lights, the microcontroller, the switch, and I'll probably include some batteries as well. The microcontroller is obviously going to come with the code already flashed on it. I am going to make a change to the code. Right now I just use one of the pins to control the LED, which is screen accurate. All 3 lights go off at the same time and turn off at the same time, turn on and off at the same time. But I'm going to change it so that if you want, you can use 2 of the other pins and control the LEDs individually. And my plan is to have this one go off, then this one in a quick succession with the beep. So it'll be like beep, beep, and so it'll be a pulse up the 3 lights. You know, not screen accurate, but it doesn't hurt to have the option there if somebody wants to play with it. Batteries is a bit of a concern for me. Right now what I've done is I've taken 3 of them, shrunk wrap them together, shrink tubing, whatever, and soldered the wires to the batteries. Now if you've ever soldered wires to batteries, you know it's a pain in the butt. Beyond that, if you ever need to change the batteries, you don't want to have to solder to do it. Now this is the same 3 batteries I've used since day 1. I've never changed them out, and I've played with this many times and left it beeping for a good long while. So these batteries will last a long time, but I would like a better way to change them when necessary. I have seen a plastic holder that'll hold 3 of these batteries together, and then has, you know, little copper contacts to solder to. but I haven't been able to find a way to source them. I've seen them, but I've never seen them for sale. If anybody has a line on those or knows where you can get them, please drop me a line, because I'd like to improve that. So that's about it for the electronics. I don't know what else to tell you. Like I said, I'll be putting this up in the junkyard. I don't have a final price on everything yet. So for now I'm just looking for interest, but we should be going quick. I got the parts now, they just need to be cast. Yeah. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and I hope you liked it.